Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my Friday Night Smackdown review with a very long weekend in wrestling coming up. What can Smackdown do in the final hype for this go home show before Sunday's pay per view with Hell in a Cell, huh? Well, we kick it off. Well, number one, this wasn't even on Fox tonight. I almost forgot it was not on Fox tonight due to the World Series going on right now in baseball and everything. SmackDown was live on FS1 tonight. So for a second there, I forgot it was FS1 until like 2 minutes. I'm like, oh yeah, they're on a different channel tonight. So for a second there, I got a little bit lost, thinking it was still on regular Fox tonight. It was on FS1. But we did kick it off with the Kevin Owens show, as Kevin Owens had Daniel Bryan as his guest on tonight's show, basically saying, you're on SmackDown, you're drafted here, what are you going to be doing on this whole thing? And, talking about championships being defended every week on this show. And that would be the Intercontinental, as Kevin Owens thanked Daniel Bryan, for having him in mind and whatnot for this the whole title thing. But, we never captured the tag team championships, basically. And, we can make a great tag team. We can call ourselves Team Hell KO. As Brian says, you want to tag with Kane? Because, Kane was Team Hell No. But, Kane's not in it right now. So Brian said, listen, I don't think that's a good idea. You betrayed a lot of people around here, okay? You betrayed a lot of friends, all right? And Owens went on to say, listen, we can move past that and everything until Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler came out saying we're, the new hot young talents, and which I swear aren't both of these guys like over 40 at this point? I could have swore that. And that they're the greatest tag team on the planet, until the Street Profits came out then saying we're the champions right now, and the Smoke. Cesaro Nakamura saying that we want our titles back also, and everything, until basically a giant brawl happened and whatnot, which after commercial, which by the way, Daniel Bryan was in a suit, basically was in his wrestling gear then. 8-man tag, Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, and the Street Profits versus Cesaro, Nakamura, Rude, and Ziggler out there. Basically a time-consuming match, I'll say that. Not a bad match or anything, but very time-consuming. I know they focused on Daniel Bryan's leg throughout half of the match and whatnot. Street Profits ended up getting the win with the frog splash and everything, but yeah, basically just a match to consume, time consume everything. So that's basically what it was there for. Right after they did celebrate though, which Daniel Bryan said, "Fist me, boys." If you, which they all looked at him for a second. The Profits and Kevin Owens like, "Fist you?" I'm like, because Daniel Bryan has talked about the SmackDown fist before. People bring that up from talking Smack from like 4 years ago. Look up the clip. But they talked about the whole fisting, fisting, which they got confused. Oh yeah, fist bump. Yeah, you good, man. You getting good at this. You getting good at this. Until Sami Zayn came in talking about he's the Intercontinental Champion. Listen, we're not with your vision or anything. And listen, I beat you for this title at WrestleMania this year. And as long as he's Intercontinental Champion, Bryan should keep his opinions to himself. But I'm sure it's going to be some Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn feud. It's going to be next for the Intercontinental title. So expect that to happen pretty soon. Next, we get Bianca Belair. No more video promos finally on TV this week. Full SmackDown gear. Also, went against Zelina Vega, which I feel like I've seen this match one too many times on Monday Night Raw. But now I'm seeing it on SmackDown. Basically, Bianca just woman-handled Vega and threw her around like a freaking rag doll and got the KOD for the win. So it's not really much to say from there, just to get Bianca a win, okay? So she got the KOD after this rag doll and Zelina Vega around for over a minute or two. Shorty G was in the ring, one of the pieces, Lars Sullivan. He was fed up. He couldn't get drafted to Raw or SmackDown, so he wanted to prove he belonged here. So next he went against Lars, keep it on the down low, Sullivan, because everybody knows Lars tried to keep it on the down low. Now everybody knows. Ooh, yeah. I'm going to keep doing that every week, man. Izzy Brothers, Kales, man. Shout-out, stand up. But, like Sullivan basically killed Shorty G out there. Freak accident. And then right after, he said he quit then. After the match. Which almost kind of weird, because then we get Austin Theory quitting this week on NXT. And now this week, Shorty G quits on SmackDown tonight. That doesn't seem like a coincidence to anybody, because that's now, come on, we saw NXT, now we see it tonight. Think about that for a second. Rollins talked about Murphy and whatnot, and they had to teach him a lesson. They then went back to talking to Shorty G again with Adam Pearce, and he says, you know what? They asked him if he quit, and he says, you know what? I quit being Shorty G. I'm tired of being this whole poster child for self-acceptance. I want to go back to being the man that was an Olympic athlete and everything, a tag team champion, someone who was man, and it's gonna be pretty long. It's gonna be big, he says, and that man's name is Gable, Chad Gable. So I think we could say it officially here right now. Shorty G is dead. I'm sure, well, come on, everybody was sick of it, even though I thought it was funny at one point. I was saying this before WWE came up with the plan of Shorty G, so I was already kind of making jokes about it until they actually did it, but maybe they finally got tired of this bad gimmick and how horrible it was, so now he can go back to being Chad Gable. No more Shorty G. Now, my friend Kyle did say something. We shouldn't get our hopes high this much. Now, good, the Shorty G thing is dead because this. But yes, he may be changed in the Chad Gable, but, WWE has a history of, hey, we may think this person has changed for the better, but then again, they could take another left 180 field and he's in another bad gimmick. But obviously, this is the first step in the right direction. You got rid of that horrible Shorty G name, and now he's Chad Gable again. So hopefully this is going to work out for the best then, since they finally decided to drop this very dumb gimmick and whatnot with the Shorty G thing. So hopefully Chad Gable can become something. So I'm sure a lot of people are really happy about Chad Gable being Chad Gable again. Now, here's a segment that I'm sure people have been talking about tonight. Welcome to Law and Otis. Law and Otis, folks. We are in a courtroom. Otis, I don't know who he got, a lawyer or whoever his lawyer, he's representing himself, versus Miz and Morrison. Just F the draft, since these guys are on Monday Night Raw right now. And they had a lawyer with them. Thank God it probably wasn't that shithead Michael Avenatti, because you'd probably be getting screwed out of your money right now or stolen from. But that's a story for a different day. What a hack of a lawyer he is. But there is one cool thing we did get out of this whole court case. Personally, I'm sick of this entire feud between Otis and Miz and Morrison and this Money in the Bank thing. But just to see the Honorable Judge JBL and the bailiff Ron Simmons, Farouk and Bradshaw, the APA are back, so was kind of fun to see them out there. In this segment, I don't know why. I was just happy to see the APA back in the fold again of things. And Miz ended up firing his lawyer because I guess because Otis said, I deserve to have the Money in the Bank because I won it fair and square, and she agreed to it. Miz said, you're fired, basically. So it was a to be continued thing, since we're going to get more segments out of this Law and Otis, or Judge Judy, or Judge Mathis, or Judge JBL, I guess I should say, wherever we're going with this entire segments and whatnot in this, okay? But as we continue along in the the courtroom or wherever, I know they went back to Bailey, who came out saying that she's done with Sasha, and everybody wants to say she's ducking her, but she's been the biggest pain in the ass right now, and that Sasha thinks she's bigger than the title, but she's not, until Sasha came out with the contract. Basically, you're going to sign it. Bailey pretty much took her chair, but Sasha had the title. Then they had a tug of war over it, but Sasha ended up wrapping the chair around Bailey's head saying sign the contract. Bailey got out of it, but Sasha put her head back into the chair then says sign the contract, which she did, sign it, and basically saying I'll see you Sunday then. So Hell in a Cell, folks. Next, like I said, we went back to the courtroom as, Miz and Morrison talk about, psychological wounds that Otis has had from these attacks. Rey Mysterio pretty much testified for Otis, saying that, he won the Money in the Bank briefcase, so he deserves it. Asuka was there, which, once again, fuck the draft, she's on Raw. she basically spoke in Japanese, and JBL says, "Did you understand any of that?" Which the stenographer was Teddy Long. So holla holla playa, and Oscar, which I thought was funny, she says holla holla holla. So we just getting everything. We getting the APA on here. We getting one half of Doom. We getting the SmackDown general manager. We're bringing everybody back tonight. So I was personally happy to see the APA and Teddy Long back on SmackDown again. But the Oscar thing was funny though, with the holler bit. But Tucker pretty much came in saying that Miz has done everything he can to ruin Otis's life by putting Mandy on Raw and him on Raw. And Miz said, the three basically you're a hostile witness and whatnot. Miz pretty much got it in his face, and that you neglected the Money in the Bank briefcase. And Tucker pretty much says, "I know what I meant." And he says all Otis can do, as Tucker says, just focus on kicking the crap out of Miz for what he's done to him. And since he's been doing that, he wants to kick the crap out of him too. Miz got away. JBL said order. Ron Simmons went on to say shut up, all right. And JBL says, we're going to take a recess and go for a verdict. Teddy Long said he had to go pee in. When we went back to the courtroom, no, JBL says, we have a verdict now. And, I'm supposed to believe Otis because this has now been created as a hostile work environment. And he has been negligent. But he is a WWE superstar in his job description. So hostile wasn't part of the job. And, if this was hostile, him and Ron Simmons would be serving life sentences. So basically in this whole wrestler's court thing, I'm almost surprised they didn't get Undertaker to do this, since we've heard stories about him being the judge in wrestler's court and APA being part of it half the time. Miz said he had some last minute evidence then, because JBL said he can't be negligent because he has a full year until he can cash in the Money in the Bank contract. Miz ended up giving JBL a briefcase full of cash, which he looked at it and says, you know what? You guys are going to face each other Hell in a Cell, and whoever wins will get the Money in the Bank contract. If it's one thing you can do for the APA is pay them in a lot of money or in a lot of beer. I'm almost surprised this court case was not taking place in the APA's office, where there's a lot of beer and poker going on, okay? And so I'm almost surprised you didn't do it. And money also. That's the way you could have paid off the APA, and that's doing it, is giving them a lot of money. And as this court ended, we had Ron Simmons say, damn. Honestly, this court thing was a hit or miss. Like I said, I'm personally sick of the entire Otis and, Miz and Morrison feud. But I was happy to see the APA and Teddy Long in this segment for some reason. They made it work. In a way, they did. It was funny on some bits. I'll give it that. It wasn't the worst thing in the world, but I thought it was funny in some doses right there. So, when I saw the APA, I didn't really believe it. Then Teddy shows up and Oscar does the holla 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 thing. Rey Mysterio just randomly there for some reason. So there you go, folks. What was that? But we did get possibly the best match out of this entire show tonight was Murphy versus Seth Rollins. Obviously, like I said before, this entire feud has been moved to SmackDown. And of course, they have to show Rey and his family backstage. And Aaliyah looking, which, by the way, her concerned face, how she looks so bad for some reason. She looks like she's trying to be concerned, but it looks like shocked, like, I don't know what she's doing. She's doing. It's like I'm not saying she doesn't emote or anything, but just something about her face was just kind of like. I don't know what to say. It didn't look like concern. It just looked like trying to be shocked, but couldn't be shocked at the same time. Okay, so I don't know. And this was a really good match. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, it was the best match of the entire night. And Seth Rollins got the win. I'm just sick of this feud. I don't want to see it no more, okay? I wish they didn't move the whole thing to SmackDown. And yes, Seth won. I don't know why they didn't do this on pay-per-view, but Seth got a kendo stick in and started beating Murphy with it. Aaliyah tried to help. Rey and them didn't want her to do it, so Aaliyah had came in and covered Murphy. Rollins looked like she was gonna hit her with the stick, but Dominic came out. Rollins rolled out of the ring. He ended up attacking Dominic. Rey Mysterio came out with a chair then. As next thing you know, Dominic started arguing with her, and she's helping Murphy, and Rey just looks pissed off, I guess. Then so in this feud, I don't care anymore. I don't care. Okay, I just don't really care about this feud. It's gone its course. I don't know what else they can do with these guys. Just move Dominic to something else. Okay, just move Rey, Dominic, Seth, everybody to something else. Okay, I've already said before, Rey's entire family's gonna push anyways, but just move on from this. Because even I said to myself before, is he gonna hit that or not? Which is gonna be, okay? He's gonna hit it or not? Because I don't even know where this is going anymore in this story. Even my friend told me tonight he probably did already hit that. For all I know, Murphy, I'm sure he did. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just sick of this feud. Okay, I am sick of this feud at this point. Next though, we had Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman come out. As they came out, I'm about to say something. Jimmy Uso was in Reigns' suite, with the food and drink and everything. You didn't want to eat that earlier, but you changed. You got your head so far up your ass, you lost connection to yourself and your family. But don't ask me, ask my brother Jay. Jay ended up pretty much attacking him from behind. He had a chair. It didn't work, so he ended up super kicking Roman and then hit him with the Uso splash. The Uso celebrated for a second, but Roman says, y'all think this is a joke, huh? Y'all think it's going to be that easy, huh? But now I'm going to show you what's funny, all right? Because if you don't make me quit, you are not the tribal chief. But here's what's going to be the thing. If I win, y'all going to fall in line and take orders from me, okay? And if you do not listen to me, you will be basically excommunicated from this family. So y'all gonna be out, your wives gonna be out, your kids, kids, your whole generation. Anybody in your family will be kicked out of this family, okay? You basically are gone from this. In other words, y'all niggas can get the fuck up out of here. That's what it's gonna be, okay? So I guess if Jey Uso loses, you either listen to Roman or your whole family out of this family, okay? Just everybody, just even, like I said, your kids, wives, all that stuff. The Hell in a Cell ended up dropping down. Jay ended up climbing it and looking at Roman as the show went off the air then. Obviously, like I said before, the best thing on this show is the whole Reigns and Uso story that's going on. I enjoyed Murphy and Seth Rollins, which was a really good match. I'm just sick of the feud. I was hit or miss for the courtroom with the whole Law and Otis thing. Obviously, I'm just sick of the Miz and Otis feud in general. Like, I'm sick of the Murphy, Rollins, and Mysterio family feud. But I actually at least found some of the parts to the whole Law and Otis courtroom thing funny. Maybe just due to the APA and Teddy Long being on the show. So that's one thing I could say is positive. Chad Gable not being Shorty G anymore. Good. Finally glad to see that again and whatnot. So Smackdown was okay. At least we actually got Bianca Belair to wrestle on this show and no more video packages disappearing everywhere. So that was good also. But yeah, Smackdown was decent. It was better than what was on Raw Monday, I'll say that. But Smackdown was decent and good in some parts tonight, okay? Other than that, though, like I said, we got a long weekend ahead. Tomorrow night, we will have a Bound for Glory review. I believe me and my friend, we will be doing a double review tomorrow. So, we are going to review the show together. He wants to try and do some more Impact shows. He's trying to get back into Impact. And I said, you know what, maybe we should do a review on Impact. We've done WWE, we've done AEW. Let's do Impact. Let's see where this goes. It's Bound for Glory. It's the biggest show of the year. It's a big card. They got a lot going on tomorrow night. So we are hopefully going to review that one together. And I will be back Sunday. Basically a solo one for Hell in a Cell. This Sunday, okay? So I will be reviewing that on my own, but we should have a double review of Bound for Glory tomorrow night, okay? So other than that, follow me on Twitter, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about the show. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.